Most engineering students think Agile and Scrum are the same thing. They're not. Think of Agile as a way of thinking. Think of Scrum as a way of working. The image in the middle shows exactly that. The brain represents Agile, the mindset. The gear represents Scrum, the framework that helps teams put Agile ideas into practice. By the end of this video, you'll never confuse them again. Imagine your professor gives your team a simple project: build a website. Sounds easy, right? But then requirements start changing. First, add login, then add a chatbot, then redesign the user interface. Every sticky note around this website represents a new request. This happens in real software projects all the time. Customers change their minds, markets change, requirements change, and that's where traditional project management starts struggling. Look at this image. The giant ship represents a traditional project. Everything is planned upfront before the work begins. The problem: once the ship starts moving, changing direction becomes extremely difficult. On the right side, people are facing new challenges and changing requirements. But the project is already locked into old decisions. This is exactly what happened with many traditional waterfall projects. By the time the product was finished, customer needs had already changed. Software teams needed a better approach. That approach became Agile. This tree perfectly represents Agile. Notice how it grows in many directions. Agile is not a fixed process, it is a mindset focused on learning, adapting, and improving. The people around the tree represent collaboration. The connected branches represent continuous feedback. The different paths show flexibility. Agile encourages teams to respond to change instead of blindly following a plan. In simple words, Agile tells us how to think. If Agile tells us how to think, Scrum tells us how to work. Look at the building in the center. This represents the product being built step by step. Around the building are the Scrum activities. Sprint planning decides what work will be done. Daily Scrum keeps everyone aligned. Sprint review collects feedback. Retrospective helps the team improve. At the bottom, we see the key Scrum roles: product owner, Scrum master, and developers. Scrum provides structure for applying Agile principles. Let's understand three most important Scrum concepts. First, the product backlog. Think of it as a master to-do list containing everything the team wants to build. Second, the sprint. Sprint is a fixed period of work, usually 1 to 4 weeks. During a sprint, the team focuses only on selected tasks. Third, the Scrum rules. The product owner decides what should be built first. The Scrum Master removes obstacles and blockers and also helps the team follow Scrum practices. Together, these elements help teams stay organized while remaining flexible. Let's finish with the simplest explanation. Agile is the mindset, Scrum is the framework. Agile says adapt to change, get continuous feedback, deliver value early. Scrum shows how to do that using product backlogs, sprints, product owners, and Scrum Masters. So remember this for exams, interviews, and real world projects. Agile is the philosophy, Scrum is one framework used to implement that philosophy. Agile is the destination, Scrum is the roadmap. If this explanation helped you understand Agile and Scrum, subscribe for more engineering concepts explained through stories and visuals. Thank you.